Right guys, what I'm doing, I've had this disconnected now for quite a while, my heater. It's on 13.7. Now I'm going to bag him up. I'm probably going to float him for maybe up to an hour. I mean, the main pond now is on about 11, so there's not really a massive jump. You know, I know people who've done a bigger adjustment than that, so hopefully things will work out for him. What I'm finding, I think he's getting miserable now on his own. I wish I'd put another one in the beginning with him really, but I couldn't do it after the event because I'd warmed the water up quite a lot, and the difference back then, we talking then from 5 degrees and he was sitting at, you know, 18 and a half, so you know, it would have been too much of a step up. So yeah, in hindsight I'd have probably put another one in with him, but again, on the other hand, you know, he did need isolating, so hey, who knows what's the best, what I should have done. But hopefully all the redness is gone, as I've said before. I think he just sits a bit low in here because he gets spooked when I come in, and you know, he's just a bit miserable. So that's my plan. He's going to be floated, and he's going back in the main pond. It's a big little root that broke off when I give the lily to Steve, so I've put that in here. Hopefully it'll sprout in here and the fish can eat off that. It'll help with a bit of nitrate if I get any. So what I'm going to do for a minute is, after floating him, I'm thinking of putting 2 of my smaller fish into here for now, and I'm going to whack it up slowly, obviously over a few days, but I'm going to try and get it up to about 22 and start feeding them a bit more, get them on the growth. And I'm going to see how, because it's the beginning of the month, I'm going to see how they develop, and I'm going to try and monitor it. So I'll measure them first, and then you know, I think it'll be interesting then to see where I am with that. So I am waiting on my buddy Okie Burnett to once he's got his fresh stock in this year, I will be getting a couple of smaller ones, as I've said in the previous videos. But that's what I'm going to do for now until they come into stock with him. I'm going to put 2 of my smaller ones in here and see what happens. So that's my plan, guys. Gummy, still mug of the week there, look, Candy Sky. Get over there and see Gummy. Tell him the drifter sent you over. Need a bit of room there, guys. If anyone wants to send me a mug, there's a little bit of room. There's a bit more room in the end down there. You can always make room on the shelf. I can always put up another shelf, so yeah, don't worry. Just if you want to send me a mug, or if you want to swap a mug, let me know. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to crack on, guys. Morning, kind mates. What a glorious day. I'm sitting up in the garden. I think it's the first time this year that I've actually sat out in the sunshine. I don't know if you can spin you up there so you can see it, but the sunshine is out. Happy days, and my pond has gone up to 11.9 pretty much overnight, so well happy. Anyway, let me spin you around, show you what I'm doing. Right, so before moving the shear, I thought I'd do some scrapes just to make sure everything's good in here. Now, what I did find, I haven't videoed that, but I did do, I took 3 fish out, and there wasn't much slime coat on them. Now, I've checked salt this morning with my salt meter, and I've got 0.26 of salt, so, you know, you would expect a little bit more slime coat when you're using salt. So, the other thing that can have a effect on the slime coat is if you've got chlorine in. Now, I've just put 10ml in a test tube there. I've got a DPD tablet which I'm going to put in. Now, ideally, obviously, you should have 0 chlorine in the water in the pond, but 0.02 is the absolute maximum. So I'm going to do a test on my chlorine just to make sure and just to see what's there, because I normally put a handful of sodium disulfide in when I am doing a top up. So it'll be interesting just to see if I have got a bit of chlorine, because like I say, I haven't got much slime coat on these, which is a little bit odd. So I couldn't find nothing on the scrapes because I couldn't really get much mucus off them. So anyway, I'm going to get a tablet in there, see what reading I got, and I'll show you what's happening. Right guys, so when you're doing this test with a DPD tablet, what I suggest you do is get a bit of white paper and put the test tube on top, because it'll only go slight pink colour, and obviously if it goes that slight pink colour, you know if you've got, you know, more than 0.02 in there. So there's mine at the moment. I've got it on the paper and it is over. I don't know if you can see it there. Not sure if you can actually see it through there, but best way is to look down on it, put paper underneath, and there's a bit of clothing. So I'm going to get my disulfide now, and I get that in there. That word always does my head in, like it. Sodium bisulfite. It does me every time. But I'm going to get some of that put in, and hopefully get that reading down. So that's what I'm going to do. When I mentioned the salt, that's the meter I use. I did have a cheaper one where you've got to work the calculation out, but this is absolutely awesome. Just switch it on, dip it in, I'll show you now, just dip it in. I've got to keep it in the water to get the reading, but it's straight there, 0.26. Absolutely awesome. So there's no calculation with these. So I'd highly recommend one of these. They're not cheap, they are about 80 odd pound, but definitely if you are thinking of salting, that's what you need. Absolutely awesome. It comes in a nice little case as well to keep it safe. So just having a coffee while I'm doing this. I can't believe the sunshine. This is what you do enjoy about the pond now, is when you're sitting out there looking at the fish. You're not cold, you're not wet, and the water's warming up. Anyway, let me spin you around and show you the fish. There you are, that's a better view for you. We don't want to be sitting there looking at me all day. So you can see the fish are a lot more active now. I have given them a little bit of food this morning, so everything's good. One of the beauties of having these windows is you can really study the fish. Now, I noticed on my biggest shower, we did have a little bit of, we had a bit of a knock. You could see the scales were a bit raised, so when I was doing the scrapes, I had him out, and I treated it. I used Koi Calm and relaxed him and treated that, and fair play, he seems a lot better today. Looks like it's already gone down a touch. So I'll keep a close eye on that, and if need be, I'll get him out again in another week's time. floating up, but it's just gone out of the picture now. There's my dog shower there. Yeah, there's the big shower. He's just going up the site again, and that's the one. And while he was out, I measured him and he was 49 cm, so fair play, he's starting to grow now. That Becco, one of my favourite ones, the Becco. He hasn't got much body mass, but he's long. Anyway, I'm going to get some, I'm looking in this test tube now, and you can see it is rather pink, so it definitely got chlorine in here, so I'm going to get that treated. I'll get back to you. Right, climates, not a blemish on him anymore. Well, I say him, it could be a her, but not a blemish. All that redness is gone. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. I thought I would have lost her, but all is good. I mean, a beautiful, you can see how good she's looking there, absolutely spot on. So I'm going to bag her up, and I'm going to float her in the pond. Happy days, she's going back in. I'm sure she'll be well happy, or he. There he is, guys, back in. I did leave him float for over an hour, because the temp on here, it was almost 13, and where he came out of was 15.5, so I give him over an hour. Still, I've got to get this thing on here for when I'm filming, but just to take the sun off. But yeah, he's in, and he seemed fine, so happy days. What I'm going to do next now is I'm going to move a couple of the small little ones out of here and back into that tank. So the catchy bit is next. It's harder to catch the little ones. So anyway, let's give it a go. Right, so I managed to catch them, didn't film it, I wasn't too clever, but I got the three of them in there. So I got my Akamatsuba, the Goshki, and the Ginrin Key Matsuri is in there as well. So the three of them are going to be put in here. I'm going to leave them float now for about an hour. I have done a 40% water change on this. I put sodium thiosulfate in. I've put a pond bomb into the filter again just to make sure this is working well. All the parameters are really good in it, so I'm just going to leave them float now, and I'll catch up back with you. There you go, cowmates, they're in. So it's going to be interesting now. I'm going to get the heater on. I'm going to leave them settle tonight as it is, and then I'm going to, I think I'll plug the heater back in and slowly start warming it up and see where we go. I'm going to be feeding them a little bit of Takazumi Vital for now for a few days, but once I can get the temp up into the 20s, I'm going to be starting to put a bit of growth in there and see if I can build them up over the next couple of weeks, couple of months. So yeah, that's my plan. I mean, they are quite small. I think the Ginring Kiyotsuri there, I think I did give him a quick measure. He was 18. I think the Goshki is 19, and the Akamatsuba I think was about 24. I can't remember now exactly. But anyway, I'm going to build them up in here and see what happens. Excuse me. Yeah, and see what happens. So I'll get back to you.